Jangan banyak Hello, good afternoon to all ladies and gentlemen, participants live here as well as online. Welcome to our open day to Masa Avenue International College, MAIC. And today we'll be having a very interesting topic, a brief about job interview. All right, so first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Nita Yusnee binti Mama Idris, Program Coordinator as well as a lecturer from the School of Business and Accountancy, MAIC. Alright, so let's not delay our session for today. So when you see the topic here, Job Interview 101, preparing students towards success career building. So why is it Job Interview 101? This is especially beginning of your journey after you have graduated, or you may want to shift to a new environment of a career ladder, or you want to experience a new vibe in your working environment, right? So let's start. First of all, the most important step to a successful job is an interview. So it is not to be argued. In any kinds of topics, subjects you learn, to prepare yourself for a better career is successful interview. Alright, if we have watched or read many news, in Malaysia especially, there is a study. Most of the candidates, at least 80 to 85% fail to get a job. Not a dream job, a job. Why? Because according to the employers, alright, they fail not because they don't get the job, but they fail during the interview. So it is an important, a job interview is a starting point for you to impress and build a rapport with your potential employers. Right? Okay, next. Okay, once you receive a call from the potential employer, it is a sign. Okay, it is a sign for you to be prepared. Okay, what's next? After you have sent your CV, your resume, your cover letter, and then you got call from the company. So that is the sign for you to be ready to prepare yourself for the interview. So an interview is not like you go to the market, you want to buy a fish. I want that fish, I want that fish. No, it has to take a time for you to get ready mentally, physically. Alright? After this, you'll see why. Okay? And then you will see your potential employer for the first time. So even though you have been towards the interview experience hundreds, thousands of times, whenever you meet the potential employee, is the first time for you to build the impression. Remember, there is one proverb: first impression is always last. The first time you see that person, they always remember, whether through your personality, through your behavior, or everything. Okay? Alright, what might happen to you at a job interview? Expectations versus reality. You might expect that you will meet friendly employers, very nice company, very good environment, but reality is not what you expect normally. So what actually happens? These are some of the common types of job interview in our work setting. One-on-one interview, group interview, okay? Or sometimes you have a series of interviews, okay? For example, you apply for one position that needs you to do some tests, okay? Technical tests, skill tests, and then you have to go through a certain stages of communication, presentation, and at the end, then the potential employees will decide whether to select you as their employees. Okay? So these are the less common types of interviews nowadays happen. Okay? If you remember during my time, okay, most companies will call me through phone to have casual conversation on the phone. That was the first starting after I have sent a resume. So the potential employer will call me and have some casual conversation. That was actually a starting point for the company to screen you. Then they will select whether you have the potential to go to the next one. So nowadays they don't do that much. Okay, and then Most companies also, they don't do during lunchtime, evening, so they have a specific policies nowadays for a proper and appropriate schedule and the numbers of candidates that can handle in one time. Okay, so that's why you have to always be alert. It is not for you to always assume that, okay, I can go for the interview anytime I want because the company is 9 to 5. No longer like that, okay? Okay, let's see the statistics. Alright? What are the primary things you look at an application? This is from the employers, from the company survey. What normally companies will look from your application? Of course, if you see here, okay, the first one is your CV. Okay? For students like existing students, you have learned about management, human resource, even organizational behavior. When you learn about the topic of employment, always they will look on your resume or CV. So you have to always be alert. The way you construct, the way you design your CV is not like you design a wedding card. That's why most candidates fail. You have a long pages of CV or resumes, but irrelevant content. So this one will go a very detailed topic if we have another session on how you write a professional and appropriate CV for that particular position, because every position will require different kind of CV design. Okay, like beauty, for example, aesthetic position, graphic. The way you design and the way you construct is different. So that's why that is number one. 85% of the companies will look through your CV. They will scan through. Okay, they don't look in terms of how beautiful you are, how handsome, the way you put the content, the relevancy. And then the next one is your what? Cover letter, application letter. So this is also another important part in the job interview session. You have to know how to write a good cover letter. Surat hantar kerja lah, orang tak kerja. Okay? If you are very good in writing love letter to your girlfriend, your boyfriend, you should be able to write well in the cover letter. You don't say, "Hi boss, please hire me. I'm very desperate to look for a job." No. Okay, there are certain formats that you have to go through. There are certain structures that you have to look. Alright, and then the rest is the side of the things that normally companies will go, especially they don't go much on gradings nowadays. Yes, grades are important, your CGPA, your academic grading, but they are looking more than that. Later you will see the soft skill and other elements of your credentials or competencies. Alright, so the most important thing is that these two things, your CV and your cover letter. So those who are looking for opportunity in the work environment, be prepared. For those who are going for internship, this is your starting journey to have a professional way of writing skills. Okay? Alright. How you succeed at every job interview. This is also from the survey. Okay? Right, the first thing that you see, common body language mistake. What are some of the main or major mistakes that you do in your job interview? If you see here, the highest percentage is this one. 70% looking at your appearance. That's why, like I said, first impression always the last. Imagine you wear a slipper, like Malaysia slipper Jepun, plop, and then you enter and then you lounge on the chair. It's not professional. It doesn't mean that you say, "Miss, sir, I'm just applying an entry-level position." No. Well, I'm just applying for the cashier. You have to be professional. Okay? So that is why employers claim they don't want applicants to be fashionable. You are not going to the Grammy Award, red carpet, and you have to wear like Spice Girls punya heel, very like, like Simpson's mother punya hair. No. Okay? That is number one. The mistake that you always do, especially for those who are wearing tudung. Later I will show you some samples on appearance that is proper for the job interview. And a bit of makeup for girls, even men or boys. Makeup, that is your facial, okay? And then number two, 67%. Don't look at people direct, eye contact. Most of the applicants, they fail in the job interview because you are looking other places. Like you're talking to the wall, your panel is there in front of you. As if like you're talking to your husband, your boyfriend, your crush. How you are talking like that, you talk the same way you to the interviewers. Okay? And then the next one, if you can see that 47% knowledgeable, no knowledge. That's why we academicians always stress on the students study about the company and the position that you apply for. But some of them took for granted. It's okay, I just know what the company lah, from LinkedIn lah, from Google lah. Not like that. When the panel asks, how do you know about our company? You cannot say no from job slip. Die, man. That means they have lose interest for the next part of the questions. Or they ask you, how do you think that you suit in this position? My qualification. Not that kind of answer, right? So these are some of the mistakes done. Alright, I just mentioned soft skills. Nowadays, academic is still important, but there is hard skill that you learn from theory. But when you go for the employment, the work setting, you have to have a skill set that how you adapt in that work environment. That is soft skills. Alright, you see here, 92% say soft skills matter as much as more than the hard skill. What you are learning in the class, in the school is more on the hard skill, technical. But when you go to work, communication. You cannot say, boss, I want to go to the toilet, boss. How you present yourself, your appearance, presentation skill, interrelationship skill, interpersonal knowledge, okay, leadership skill, self-direction. These are all soft skills. Yes, also some expect that you are able to be IT literate. That means you update yourself with the technology, with the social media, with the internet thingy, right? And then another 80% say that soft skills are increasingly important. Of course, you cannot avoid. That's why whatever that you do, okay, you cannot, especially communication, you cannot be shy. You cannot say, I'm so sorry, miss, I'm a very shy person, introvert. No longer apply. If you apply customer service line, if you apply position that relates you or involve you to communicate a lot, present a lot, you cannot close your mouth and then just nodding your head. Alright? You have to communicate. When the lecturer asks you to do presentation, you cannot say, oh my god, I'm dying, presentation. That is the part for you to practice your skills in communication. Right? This is from the LinkedIn research. Okay? Alright. In the beginning I said, why candidate fail? So these are some of the main reasons why candidates fail in a job interview. Kenapa gagal? Of course, number one, you are not prepared or poor preparation, or sometimes last minute preparation. Don't always assume you know about the company. I give you one example. You know about that person today, tomorrow BFF, and then you put in the social media BFF until heaven. Then we got quarrel, you block the person like this one lah. Okay, you have to prepare. You have to search about the company early. Once you applied for the position, for the company to work, what do? Study about the company's background, a bit, vision, mission, what the company is doing, okay? And then study a bit in terms of the structure, and then prepare yourself about the knowledge of the position you apply. Even you say, I'm just applying for cashier, so what else can I do? You have to study. Alright, that's why you have to have the habit of learning culture. Learning continuously. Number two, you display negative attitude. This always happens during the interview. You are not being friendly. Alright, you entered the room with a very negative, vibe. The aura is not there. So it has downgrade the impression of the employers to you. How good you wear, how beautiful you walk, like model, but when you show your negative attitude, not being smiley, not friendly, the way you talk, and then you always comment about previous employers, or you comment about your negative weaknesses a lot, this will downgrade the expectation. Okay? Another one, lack of knowledge about the firm. Just now, you didn't study much about the company's background. That's why the most popular questions employees love to ask, how do you know about our company? How do you find about our company? How do you think that you can suit in this company? That means you have to know about the company's structure, company's background. You can search in the internet, you can even call the reception of the company to ask about this new information. Inability to build rapport. Come from the negative attitude. You come in a negative vibe. Sometimes previously if the employer offering to shake the hand, you just like pretending that you're like diva, no. Going to the job interview is not like you're going to the singing contest, you're not going to the America's Got Talent, okay? You are there to impress the employees the best among the best of the pools of candidates. Please select me in direct way. Please, I want to be part of the company. So what do? You have to build the rapport. Rapport relationship lah. Interaction, okay? Look in the eyes, eye contact, smile. That one you have to practice at home. Hello, hi. My name is Nita. Nice to know you. Not like when one person asks, can you tell me about your background? Nita, as you can see in my resume from KL, I'm 45 years old. You can read my resume. That's what happens in reality. Yes, resume is for the reference, but they want to test on how good you are in communication. Okay? Always arrive. Okay, this is the biggest issue in everyday context. Punctuality. Okay? Of course, you promise to your friend to meet your friend for dinner at 8 p.m. On the way, you're still in the toilet. Same goes to interview. Your interview supposedly start at 8 a.m., but you arrive at 8:30 a.m. You think they will wait for you. They are not the server. Okay? If you have to be late, please inform the person in charge in advance. Or if you have to be absent because of sickness, call and reschedule. Don't assume that, no need lah. The company can call me after that and reschedule. No. Always, I remind again, you are not the star. Okay? You are not the star yet. Okay? You have to compete in the market. Don't arrive late. And always recce. Recce means what? Search for the location. 3 days before, 2 days before, what kind of transportation, grab car, public transportation, by walking, so that you can plan on the time. Another mistake or another error, why you fail? Dressing inappropriately. That's why, like I said, don't assume. You go to the job interview like you're going for the annual dinner, masquerade party. Okay? Especially I can see that some sample students, female, you want to put the makeup is good, but you don't put the makeup like opera. Chong chang, no. Proper makeup. Nice hair. Like for those who are wearing tudung, you don't wear like bling bling, Swarovski here and there. You not go to the kenduri kawin. That's the mistake now. And very like Christmas tree punya baju, like walking Christmas tree, I'm not like that. It looks like not nonsense, but it is logic. You can search Google a good examples of appropriate attire, shoes that you should wear for your interview. Meaning you want to market yourself. You want to market yourself, not promote yourself that please choose me among other hundreds of candidates, alright? And then hygiene. Please. Please wear your deodorant, perfume, hygiene. Sometimes you walk along, sweating, your breath. Please, hygiene and oral are the most important aspect of the interview. Checking the time. This is checking the time of phone. Example, you're sitting and then your hands are on the lap and you check the time when the interview will finish. Not professional, you're being rude actually. You're not respecting the session. Or you check the phone or you play with the phone or you did not switch off or silent the phone. And please do not do live. You are not an artist or influencer or TikToker like Miss Sarah, yeah, she's a TikToker. Everything was to put in the video live. Okay, live, yeah, now we are having a live or interview with this company, guys. Look, all the panels, very nice lady, handsome man. No lah, they will turn off. And I want to remind you, they can know your social media. They know your social media. So be careful on what you post, how you post, and what you say and what you show in your social media. That's why people say, why I cannot get a job? That's also one reason. Okay? Alright, and taking it too personally. Don't be so emotional. You know, like, don't take it personally when sometimes panel they may comment on something. Or, for example, if the employer asks you, if you have to stay back after the working hours, would you do that? They cannot. My husband will be very angry. Oh my God, why is this company too personal, too emotional? You're not the drama queen. Okay, remember, you're asking for a job, asking for the company to select you, right? Okay, this is some examples on the attire, okay, for ladies and gentlemen. Alright, what is the proper way and what colors you should wear for the interview? There are color codes, alright, for the proper interview to look professional. Alright, this is just a basic, okay? So if you are wearing, for example, you have free hair, you want to wear accessories, don't too much. Remember, you are not going to the wedding ceremony or wedding function. If you just wear an earrings, don't wear too big, too round. You are not Beyonce or Jennifer Lopez. Okay? So, proper tudung, proper design of tudung, or you can ask your friend who is very good. You have beauty students here, you just ask the help. They can help you. Alright? So, shoes. Shoes must be a covered shoes. Not a flip-flop that can see your nails, everything. Handbag, proper handbag. So normally what we do is that you have to choose a nice color. Okay, a nice color for that particular interview. Okay? For men, three-piece suit, probably very suitable. Do not wear any canvas, sneakers, Hawaiian dress. You're not going to the beach. Alright? Proper accessory. Okay? Or you have to bring a briefcase not too big, okay? And a folder for a resume copies for the reference of the employers. This is some example. Okay, you don't have to spend a lot of money to buy branded, expensive appearance, but according to your budget and according to your ability. So if you are wearing like a skirt, make sure that not too high the level. Sometimes you know that you have a beautiful legs like Cindy Crawford. We don't care. And we don't care. If you have a nice body like hourglass body, Tyra Banks, we don't care as well. The way you wear your attire. That's why like a fashion expert always say, don't let the clothes to wear you. Dan jangan jadi fashion victim. Don't do that. You have to fit in the clothes. You have to make sure that the clothes that you want to wear suitable for your figure, for your shape and features, okay? And you can see the color. This is only an example. Especially for those who are long hair and free hair, for this kind of fashion is not advisable. Whether you tie or you do a bun. Okay, but not curly here and there, okay, proper. Right? And heels for men. For men, you can see that nice haircut. Okay, do not style your hair like K-pop, BTS, Annyeong Sayo. You're not going to the concert. You're not meeting your BTS fan group. If you have to cut your hair, you have to cut your hair impress. Work to impress. Fake it to make it. That is the key. If you don't like it, you have to force it. Okay? This one is for if you are wearing tudung, for Muslim, alright? Normally we advise to wear blank color tudung and proper color. Okay? Like not too bright, like pastel, okay, dark, blue, black, and matching with the baju lah, with the clothes. If you are wearing baju kurung, it is not advisable for to wear jubah. Nowadays people love to wear jubah like very long, very kembang, flowy. No, jubah is not appropriate for any job interview. Baju kurung or kebaya is still okay, but not more than 3 colors. Not more than 3 colors because you need to suit on the tudung and also your accessories. Alright? This is actually the proper shoes that you need to wear. Not too low, not too high, and not too slim. You can see the heel is just nice, the size. And it has to be a covered, fully covered shoes. Not open toe, not wedges, okay, not we call sandals. And we advise you to wear a darker color tone, black, blue, black, brown, grey, because that is a color for corporate. It doesn't matter. You may say that, what for I wear heels? I just apply for the McDonald's counter service. Yes, we know that. It's okay. Always remember you want to impress your manager to hire you. After that, you will wear uniform. It's still okay. You're applying for the position as a store manager. Appearance always results in good impression. Okay, that's why starting from now, for those students who may be to go for internship, okay, or maybe starting to look for a career, save some money. For those who are working part-time, okay, or working, save some money. Because you need to invest a bit, buying some makeup and everything. Okay? For men, always covered shoes also, no sneakers, no canvas, no Vans, Puma, Nike, sport shoes. It has to be in leather. But I never say it has to be branded or expensive, within your budget. So you have to start to invest from now on little by little. And as of course you need to buy some basic makeup, practice your proper makeup. Do not go for very bright color tone. Okay, you have to know your skin color as well. Right? Alright, so that's all. Any questions from the floor? So one thing that you need to remember is that number one is you dress to impress. Dress to impress, and then you have to practice your communication and writing skills very well to write proper resume, to write proper cover letter, communication. You have to learn on how to speak well. Doesn't mean that you have to speak like UK style, English style, no. At least you know how to speak well. And the most important thing is that always prepare in advance so that you have a good night's sleep, prepare for your tomorrow's survey and research. Alright, for that, I would like to thank you for the participants here and online as well. Hopefully that this would give some inputs to you, okay, some guidelines, okay, on how you can prepare yourself for the better career research. Alright, so thank you very much and see you again in the future. Bye.